Well, I'm back with another educational beauty video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to apply foundation for a full coverage finish but still have it look as natural as it possibly can be when it's a full coverage foundation. So I'm going to be showing you how you can apply it, but ensuring that you do certain steps which are really important, which is what I'm going to show you to help make it look as natural as it can, just not heavy and not cakey, so you can still have people come pretty close up to you and not feel worried that you look scary. So I fully get that a lot of people still want that full coverage, but they just don't want it looking, well, scary. So I have got you covered today, so stay tuned. Don't forget I do have an online publication, which is basically, it is an online publication where you've got everything. You've got health, you've got style, fashion, beauty, culture, bit of TV thrown in there, not gonna lie. So I think you're gonna love it. It's all written by me and it's very, very dear to my heart, and I would love if you actually head over and show me some love. There are 2 subscription options available. One is free, where you can get access to majority of the site. The other is paid, which is only going to cost you around a coffee a month. And if you feel that you get anything from this channel over here, I would absolutely love if you show me some support over on the online publication, because it would just mean the world to me. And on the paid subscription, you receive so much more. You get a dedicated room where we can actually chat, dedicated newsletters that no one else is going to see other than the paid subscribers, and it's very in detail. And yeah, I think you're going to love it over there. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. And I'm over on Instagram, so it'd be great if you come and say hi there too. Now let's head straight into this video. As always, I have nothing on my face, no skincare, nothing. So we're going to get started with the first product, which is my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. It's the all-in-one primer and moisturizer, so it kind of like delivers vitamins to your skin. It's got like a selection of different vitamins in there, and it also helps to just give you that really nice smooth finish. This is like a staple in pro makeup artists bags, so this is something that we use a lot. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of this, and you only actually need a very small amount. It's one of those products which kind of like spreads quite well. This is also great for dry skin. Now, it's always a struggle trying to make full coverage foundation look natural. So what we're going to be doing is really going through the whole prep section as well, because in order to let your foundation or allow it to kind of look natural, you really need to make sure that you've prepped it in the correct way. Now I'm just going to put some eye cream on. I'm using my Vitamin Enriched Eye Base by Bobbi Brown, so I'm going to apply a very small amount of that, not too much. There's a couple of different things we're going to be doing, right? So we've got our moisturizer. We've got a good moisturizer that is really kind of moisturizing our skin so that our skin can look its best. But we're going to continue to do little things in between to really help boost the kind of like look of our skin. So first off, we've got the moisturizer on. We're going to let that kind of like sink in. Next, we're going to add a spray. This is a hydrating spray. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Hydrator Mist. This is going to add like hyaluronic acid, some niacinamide, and really help to kind of refresh the skin and give it that boost of moisture, which is what we want because we really want our skin to look natural. Now, when I'm saying natural, I'm not saying like, you know, so natural that it looks like you've got nothing on. It's really difficult to get that full coverage look and have it look like you're not wearing foundation, but we don't want it to look cakey or heavy. So this is really going to help, because added kind of moisture really helps to let your skin look healthy even when you do have a full coverage foundation. So I'm going to spray this all over. We're going to let that dry. Now that that's dry and it's kind of settled down into the skin, we're going to be applying our foundation. Now, again, I've mentioned this in a few other videos. I am not necessarily always going to be underpainting in my videos because I really want to kind of show you other ways, so it's not just the underpainting process. So we're going to be applying a foundation. Now, with a foundation, we're going to be mixing it with the primer. I'm going to be using my Dior Forever foundation. This is 3W, and I'm going to be mixing it in with my Milk Hydro Grip. So we've got that kind of like nice hydration underneath, and now we're going to go in with a full coverage foundation which lasts all day, but we're going to be mixing it in with the primer, with the gel based primer, so that it really kind of like almost just lightens the texture a little bit. And this primer also has added hydration in it. It's going to deliver added hydration to our skin. I don't know if that made sense. It's going to deliver added hydration. It's just going to deliver extra hydration to the skin. But this is a really good kind of primer to let your skin still breathe. And it's amazing when you mix it in with foundation. So we're going to go ahead and take this. Now I've got my primer and I am basically going to put a pump of that so that it's mixed in. Mix it on the back of my hand. And we're not even applying concealer yet. So I'm going to apply this now to the skin. I'm going to use a brush because we're going to get a nice veil of coverage on top. I'm using my Sigma F47 brush. Okay, we're going to start here and gradually kind of like apply this foundation from the center going outwards. And we'll get great coverage just with this. Now you should see by the end of applying this with a brush that actually the coverage is pretty amazing, even just with the foundation. This whole adding primer into the foundation really helps to stop the foundation, especially like kind of like matte finish foundations, to look so kind of cakey and mask-like. So now that we've applied that, we still have some at the back of my hand by the way, but we're gonna need that shortly. But yeah, the primer really helps to like stop it from looking so heavy and cakey, but also it's those added little kind of things that we did underneath, like applying that hydrating kind of spray underneath as well on top of the really, really good moisturizer, which is really going to help to keep our skin hydrated all day. It all helps, every step really, really helps with making sure that the foundation that we apply isn't going to look heavy and it looks as natural as it possibly can, considering that it's full coverage. Next, you would think we're going to be applying the concealer, but we're actually going to be going in with another spritz of this. So we're kind of like layering as we go along. So I am, there you go, applying a small amount, just enough that it kind of like dampens the skin, but not fully wets the skin. This is further going to help to kind of like make our skin like have that kind of extra moisture within the foundation and the primer that we've just applied as well. And then we're going to move in with the concealer. Now, obviously I'm using full coverage products, so I'm going to be using a full coverage concealer too, which is my Tarte Shape Tape. This is actually the ultra creamy concealer, which is 34S medium sand, and this just means it's not so kind of like, it doesn't dry up as quick. So I'm going to be using this. This is a lighter color. Let's just apply a little bit on the lid so that I can just get a really nice kind of even base on my eyelids. Let's go in with the concealer here. I do want a little bit of kind of lift and brightness on a couple of other areas. Now we're going to use the sponge to kind of blend this in. Okay, I'm going to take whatever's left on my hand of the foundation and just kind of like take it over this whole under eye area, just so it's not super, super bright with that concealer. I'm happy with that. First off, I'm just gonna kind of like set my eyelids because I want them to just like be set. So I'm gonna get rid of this crease there. Get my powder and my powder puff. This is my no, it's not Real Techniques. It's my Makeup Forever Ultra HD powder, and this is my Real Techniques brush, and I'm just going to dust this powder. Let's just do the eyelids first so they're out of the way. Now I'm happy with the coverage. Now what I'm going to do is just get rid of the creasing, which is under my eyes, which is kind of like just where the product is built up in my fine lines, and I'm using the tip of the sponge to just like take it out. Now we're going to get the powder puff, get the powder. Let's set these under eyes first because they're always the first kind of place to crease. Just set anywhere that you want to set. You can set this however you want to set it. I mean, I like to make sure that it stays on all day, so I kind of like do press the powder in everywhere. I get my Real Techniques brush and I dust off on my under eyes first. I get a bigger brush, which is usually my veil brush, and then I dust it all off. Now we're still not done because there's just one or two other things that we can do to make it look a lot more natural. I'm going to go back in with this spray. This is literally your savior in this whole routine. It's not the only thing you need though, because there are other things that we've done to really help get that natural finish, which we're still on the way to achieving. So what I was trying to say is we're not there yet. Every time you use this, you're kind of moving further and further away. So we're going to move a little bit further away because I don't want any droplets on my face. If you feel like you've got any droplets on the face, you can just get the back of your sponge and just kind of like pick it up and just to kind of remove those droplets. So I'm happy with that. Now what I want to do is just very quickly sculpt my face so it doesn't look so flat. So I'm going to go in with my Fenty Shady Biz and 200 brush from Fenty. And I'm just going to like very quickly sculpt my nose. Now I've got my bronzer and eyelining and my veil brush, and I'm just gonna sculpt my face a little, not overly, because I still want my face to look natural. Just add everything that you need to add, which may be powder based. So we're going to go in with a blush. This is my Sigma F12 brush, and this is my Surat blush, which is a really nice kind of like orange tangerine color. Well, it's actually quite more of a neon color. There's like two blushes in here. It's like a pink and an orange, and I'm going to go for the orange shade today. As you can see, I've got more dimension now. Now what I'm going to do is spray again. There you go, got that all over. And you don't need to let it dry. We're gonna go straight in with a bit of highlight to really kind of add a bit more of a healthy glow to the face. And I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Complexion, and we're gonna add some right to the tops, like the peaks of the cheekbone. It's just so good at making your skin look good. I'm just going to go on the tip of the nose and maybe down here and just under the brow a little bit. And if you want at the end, you can go in with another spritz of this, or to be honest, you could use a setting spray at the end as well. But this way, what I've done here, and I wish honestly you could really see close up, but it doesn't look cakey. It's full coverage, and it is the most natural kind of finish that you can get when you have a full coverage look. Like my base right now, I love it because I know if someone was standing super close to me, like if they were like so close, I know that it isn't going to look super heavy. I know that it's still going to look as natural as it possibly can be, but also you can still see my skin, right? You can still see my skin. It's not like super kind of totally covered to the point where you're like, oh my God, like I can't see a single pore. It's like very kind of luminous. I'm going to very quickly do my brows because I feel like this whole look looks weird with my brows undone. So let me go and do my brows and I'll be back. So my brows are done, and this is basically the finished look. I haven't added anything else. I really just wanted to also give you that time. Like obviously I went off camera, but I did my brows and it took me roughly, I don't know, about maybe like 10 minutes. I did take my time on them, but I was also like eating a bit on the side. That's kind of given my base enough time for it to kind of settle down as well, so that you can really see what it looks like rather than it freshly being done, which is always kind of like, wow, fresh makeup. So I really wanted you to see after it settled down a little bit what it looks like, which isn't cakey. Honestly, I'm so happy with this. I hope that this has shown you exactly how you can create that full coverage look without it looking heavy and cakey, and as natural as it can be based on your, obviously, like the way you prep your skin as well. I would highly recommend following all of these steps, really focusing on your skincare, and that sandwiching of that layer of hydration in between will really help. And I'm sending you loads of love wherever you are in the world, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care and I'll see you soon.